The story so far. Under the guise of garbage men on a routine pickup, Shadowrunners Whisper, Burnout, Rao, and Shadowhawk infiltrated the prison, thought to be the current hiding spot of Digimort. While Shadowhawk found a secluded room in the prison's maintenance garage to jack into the prison's systems, Burnout scouted the interior of Wing E for any sign of the rogue AI via drone, and Whisper made his way into the building from the roof. Once inside, Burnout and Whisper discovered a previously unknown and undocumented Wing F beneath the prison. Moving down, Whisper encountered a large, heavily secured vault door. But, utilizing the power fluctuations plaguing the prison's systems, he was able to slip in and begin to explore Wing F. However, Burnout's drone was not so lucky. Fried by an electromagnetic shield surrounding Wing F, the outside team was left blind. Moving through the facility, Whisper encountered more cyber zombies, the once human slave creations of Digimort, locked in observation labs. With the growing suspicion that this facility was not, in fact, a hiding spot for Digimort, but instead a lab to experiment on it, Whisper allowed himself to be captured and taken to the leader of this facility, Mr. Sketchy McDumbfuck himself, Michael. After a brief conversation in which Michael explained that he and his team had been kidnapped by Az technology and is being forced to study the AI to some nefarious end, Michael pulled his gun and shot Whisper point blank. Outside the prison, Rao, Shadowhawk, and Burnout were contacted by the prison for a special pickup, a body bag containing the seemingly dead body of Whisper. With a quick spell and a med pack, the team realized that Whisper had been shot with some sort of paralyzing toxin to fake his death. Back at Burnout's apartment, over a bottle of aspirin and a bottle of whiskey, Whisper relayed what he had seen, only to be interrupted by an unfortunately familiar face appearing on Burnout's TV. Digiwalt. Or to be more specific, a fragment of Digiwalt, with a message. Now, with the fate of Digiwalt, Michael, the greater Seattle region, and the world in danger, what can be done to wrench Digiwalt from the clutches of Az technology?
We need to get Michael out of the prison. Want to wait till next garbage day?
Somehow I don't think that's gonna work twice.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, did we rule out just, like, going to Ghostwalker and saying, like, here's what's up?
No, actually, we haven't gotten that far. The closest we've gotten is telling Nightshade what's up.
Right.
I don't know if she is reported to Ghostwalker. But at this point...
Because, I mean, I kind of figure, like, because Michael is one of his guys.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, is to bring that up the chain of command and then see what comes back down.
Yeah, instead of, you know, us potentially fucking it up and getting on the bad side of Ghostwalker, which is not exactly something I want to do right now.
While that goes through, what happened with City Hall?
It blew up.
Boom.
It's a crater.
Okay.
In the middle of a session, it's just boom, gone.
Great.
It's all over the news. The city's on, like... Yeah, it's kind of like martial law, but like just for the city. There's a curfew, police enforced curfew, and, you know, military standing around helping police.
That's gonna make life more interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
The prison isn't in the city proper, so you're out of a lot of it. But
yeah,
moving around the city is tough.
Has we officially claimed its culpability in the
attack? Yes, they did.
I should hope so.
How shitty is their manifesto thing that they posted as opposed to the work of art that I create? God.
They hijacked a radio station, or a TV station, and did like a monologue until they got shut down by the police.
Wow.
I'm just picturing like Guy Headroom doing it, and I don't know why.
That's not wrong. I mean, it's not Guy Headroom. But...
No, I just picture like literally Guy Headroom doing a We Are We speech.
Like on the one hand, it's doing what we originally made it to do, which is to give us cover if we do something. It blames it on that movement instead.
Except the problem is now we're invested in We Are We as well.
Yes, on the other hand,
you.
it's fucking Loftweir co-opting what should be like. I want like no, it should be a decentralized movement. It should be this thing for the people. And why do I care? But I don't want it to be Loftweir.
Oh man, we are so
The
fucked.
actual problem is it was designed to cover shit we were doing, or you guys are doing, whatever. But now it's doing stuff without you.
Yes.
You didn't do that. You weren't. We weren't in the fucking city hall. We were in a prison. If the prison blew up,
and if
that's
we've been
really
linked,
reasonable.
and if we've been linked to We Are We, that's worse for us now.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the prison did kind of blow up a little bit.
Nah.
Yeah, but
Well,
that's
that-
not.
Really, the prison.
That's not. That doesn't exactly. Well,
I said don't check
EDA,
those-
that might come back to you.
I imagine the prison is kind of covering it up because they don't want to be investigated any more than you do.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Who wants to have fun? Who has the most public awareness? Answer is me. What does a 7 public awareness mean again? What's that? It's a Lifetime original series?
I think like 3
Not
more
a Hollywood
punches on your
movie
card
yet.
and- 3 more punches on your card and you get a free movie.
I think that's how it works, actually.
Yeah, I'm at 4 public awareness, so still.
I'm still mad that I'm at 1.
Do you want it to be higher?
No, I want it to be lower. I don't like
It's-
that somebody
0 to 3 is lumped together.
sloppy.
7 to 9, known by those in the know, investigative journalists, law enforcement, some government officials. So, like, there might be a 60 minutes on me at some point.
Yeah.
Or 10 is household name, Sim and Tridstars portray the character in movies.
And you know there's some agency somewhere trying to figure out how this whole thing has happened. Yeah, your name has at least come up at least once.
Probably.
Good job.
Seeing as you were seen stealing a whole bunch of explosives.
Did they get a read on? Because he definitely got.
I don't know if you were seen so much as it's definitely your style.
Fair enough.
My style is a Chinook helicopter.
It is now.
Fucking semi truck barreling down the highway.
I think that's
in a
more the
car chase,
Burnout
outmaneuvering
style.
the police in a semi truck.
Hey, at
That's-
least you're
that's
getting paying
definitely
for
some
the
Burnout
awesome
style.
I don't
stuff.
think the police had gotten involved by the time that we evac.
They were
They
involved.
will in
They
the
just couldn't-
movie, but they did not in real life. Let's keep our facts straight.
Yeah, well, they were involved. They just couldn't catch you because you're too good at driving.
Really, really large, slow vehicles.
As a matter of fact, I am. Thank you. So it has elements of my style.
Yes, and you've been known to blow up public buildings in the past.
No buildings involved. Oh yeah, the city hall thing. Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking the heist, but it's yeah.
well,
that
I mean, technically, the police station is really the only one we've been directly tied to.
bus
Or
depot
the power grid.
and the old post office.
Well, we weren't tied to that. We was tied to that.
Yeah, we were tied to the post office.
Yeah.
And I missed the bus depot one, so I don't know exactly what went down there.
In that street.
We had bad guys following us, and it's like, oh, they'll be here in such and such, which he meant to be like, oh, you might be able to get an ID on them or something. And I was like, oh, they're gonna be here? Blow up the building, pin it on them. Worked. Got them off our back.
Bravo.
Did work. You guys are so innovative. I don't even know what to expect anymore.
Expect destruction.
I honestly can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. Like,
Prepare for trouble. In fact, make it double.
If there's a public building, I'm prepared for it to blow up. Other than that, I have no idea what your plan is.
neither do we.
I mean, even the streets aren't safe.
We're winging
We
it.
do one, abduction in the middle of the street and have at least one rocket, I think two.
A
Two.
couple, yeah.
This is, yeah,
Wow, guys, we got a lot on our resume.
we
We
really
need to stop
do.
and think about it.
You guys are absolutely qualify as terrorists, which is ridiculous.
Accidental terrorists. Like, we don't need to.
Is accidental terrorism a thing?
Not until we came along.
I'm not intentionally causing terror. It's just that terror occurs around me.
Basically. Okay, so did we want to try getting this to Ghostwalker and see what happens?
Yeah, so what's appropriate? Do we just like tell Nightshade and tell her to bring it there? Do we get an audience? What exactly happens?
Getting an audience would kind of require you to go to Denver.
Yeah, it's a little
So
far.
yeah, it's probably unless he comes here, but I don't think he would.
I don't
unless
think he's
he-
invested enough yet.
If he decided to come here, that means he's about to torch the place. So
Right.
Yeah, because if
That's how he
Loftware
works,
finds
right.
out is...
Because Loftware is all like sneaky using human corporate greed management whatever against them. Ghostwalker is fucking old school. Torch the place. It's mine now. Give me your gold.
yes,
So, an interesting question. Offweir's already here.
Yep.
yeah.
What happens if Ghostwalker comes here? Intending to torch the place or not, I suspect Loftweir's not just going to sit around.
Loftware and Ghostwalker do not like each other.
I'm aware.
That's the thing.
This is my point.
And there was
So-
a firefight.
Well, I mean,
That's-
one of our
yeah.
original plans was to turn Ghostwalker and Loftware, like, actively against each other in
Let's-
this fight.
But I mean, that doesn't require anything. They kind of already are.
No, but, like,
Just-
actually
it's-
pushing them to the point of, like...
Getting
we're
Ghostwalker
fucking each
involved
other up
enough,
now.
invested enough.
I
in
like
this
living
period.
here. I'd rather it not get burned to the ground because two dragons went.
You know what? I like
Yes.
living here, but more than living here, I like living.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing.
I could relocate if need be.
I have very few ties in this particular city. I'm okay with leaving.
Got my public awareness up.
I suppose it would if you moved somewhere else.
I don't think
Alright,
I'm at the point
I
where
guess-
I'm a nationally known name yet. I'm just a
No.
local celebrity.
You start causing a ruckus, they would be like, "Hey, could you send us those files on Burnout?" But until
Yeah.
that happens,
But they can't do that if the entire city is torched.
I mean, I suppose.
I like
That
this
would be
plan, and I'm
the
happy to be a
greatest
part
act
of it.
terrorism yet.
Okay, so
I mean, that's
let's
that's
start
one way to
with-
call this campaign to a really quick end.
Let's
Torch
start
all of
with
Seattle.
get the information to Ghostwalker, see what he does with it. Just play it
Okay.
by ear. So does she
So-
want to take care of that? Does she want to have us report directly via phone or whatever?
She would probably have you do a digital audience.
Yeah. Before we go in there, just getting our facts straight. What we have right now is a subroutine of the AI that we're referring to as Digiwalt.
Yes.
Its purpose is to help Michael escape from the prison. Whose purpose is to get us to help Michael escape.
Yes.
Can I ask the mini Walt, if it knows, because I forget how much we talked to it about as far as the history of the AI, where it achieves sentience and such. I want to get its timeline down as much as I can first.
So you want to
Also-
chat with Digital?
Question: should we get the brain trust in here?
Oh, yes, very much.
Because we have them.
Because they can probably fill in some holes too with some of the research that they've been doing.
Also, Walter might want to meet Walter a little bit. Or part
Sure.
of Walter.
Yeah, I mean, he
Right.
knows that the AI had taken his visage. So,
Yeah.
yeah, let's get the brain trust in here. Have them talk
Okay.
to Mini Walt. And then
An
from
agent.
there on, then we can make a report to Ghostwalker.
Okay. Is Nightshade still with you, or are you gonna like call it back?
If
Because she bugged off after giving us all the information about the prison, right? And then she was just kind of like on.
I think we got
Phone
back in
call?
contact with her wherever the hell we are. I think we're in like one of her safe houses or something. Where are we? We brought the garbage truck back and we made sure the BDA was okay, but I'm not quite sure where we are.
I thought you went back to your place, but I
Okay,
don't think that
so-
was explicitly stated. It was sort of assumed.
That's fine then. As long as we don't have a garbage truck sitting in my driveway,
Right.
relatively, then yeah, that's fine. I thought we had met with Nightshade.
You met
What's
with her.
the-
I can't recall if. I don't think it was stated whether or not she stayed with you or not.
Yeah, I think we're still in that. Okay, we're trying to figure out what has happened here. BDA is back up and running, and we've got this AI on our hands. And I think we're still in the okay, what do we do now stage. I don't think
Alright.
we sent her out.
So she's still with you?
Yeah. Say that.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, if especially if we're already at my place, bring in the brain trust and let's see what we can get.
Okay, so they walk in, they're like, hey, what do you... And like, Walter's like, why am I on the TV? Like turns around and sees himself on the TV and is like, what?
He had been told that the AI had taken his visage, so he'll just
Yeah, but it's still not quite the same as
Yeah.
walking in and seeing your face on the TV.
yeah.
Talking to people.
This is a subroutine of the AI that we've been tracking down. And it would like us to head back to the prison to rescue Michael, who got us involved in this whole mess in the first place. But before we do, I'd like to see how much information we can get out of it on the origin of the AI, layout of the prison, anything that would help us get back in there and see what we need to do with the AI.
Okay.
So, because I know we had talked to it before, I forgot exactly what we got out of it, so I guess we'll just kind of start a little bit again and see what we can get. I guess first, what do you call yourself? Do you?
You talking to the AI?
Yeah, I'm talking to the AI at this point. Do you call yourself anything? Either you or the larger part that you were broken off from.
Not really. I mean, it doesn't really understand names, so it's been calling itself what other people call it.
What were they calling it at the prison? I guess the AI
The specimen.
specimen. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so we'll refer to the main AI as the specimen. We'll call this one the subroutine.
Okay. No, I like Mini Walt. I thought that was amazing.
Yes, but when Walter is here, that feels just very weird to call Mini Walt and Digiwalt. Or someone else brings it
I'm totally in favor.
of Digiwalt and Mini Walt.
Yeah.
All right.
You've got Walt, Digiwalt, and Mini Walt.
Okay.
So far.
Okay. So far, that's what we have. Here's Walter. Walter meets Mini Walt. That is broken off from Digiwalt. That's how we're going to refer to you for ease of conversation in this.
Acceptable.
Do you know why you and Digiwalt have taken Walter's face?
No.
Okay.
It just seems to be part of our construct when we achieved sentience.
Oh, Beeger.
If anyone else has questions, feel free to chime in with those. I'm just trying to get down notes. Unknown why it has Walter's face. How did Digiwalt end up at the prison?
we were fleeing. You have been quite persistent in chasing us, and we were looking for a nice place to hide. And someone set up a place that looked like a good place to hide, but was actually a trap.
Prison was trap. Set by us technology.
Trying to hide.
Presumably.
What was that, Spiro?
How did they know to set up the trap?
As technology, I believe, was the group that had attacked Michael's lab in the first place.
Yes.
Loftware's involvement is that Seder Krupp had originally commissioned the AI and then mothballed it when it wasn't working. When he got word that this was working and that Ghostwalker and S Technology were fighting over it, he wanted a piece of that pie, and by a piece I mean the entire damn pie back for himself.
Yeah, so then Loftware hired me to go kill Michael, accidentally setting free the AI, and then both of them have been chasing it.
Yes.
So, the Wing F is completely air-gapped, so Digiwalt is unable to access the rest of the prison?
Mostly.
Mostly. In what ways is Digiwalt allowed any sort of outside access from Wing F?
They have not realized that the zombies, as they refer to them, are part of Digiwalt.
And these are allowed outside of the wing?
No, but they still have some, connectivity, which gives him some ability to try to breach the security.
They're in Wing F, but they do have remote access capability, so they could potentially aid in an escape.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay.
Also, Wing F is, of course, connected via power, and he has been attempting shenanigans via power fluctuations.
Okay. And it's Digiwalt's attempts to use the power grid to get out that are causing the irregular fluctuations and system outages?
That would seem to be the case.
Okay. Anyone else have any questions? Because those are the ones I can think of right now. Except, I guess, what does Digiwalt want? Does Miniwalt know?
He seems to want to be human.
Possibly also to kill all humans.
As far as my own part of the subroutine can determine, he wants to be human again. I don't know how that could possibly make sense.
And I kind of look at Walt with this uncomfortable, well, this is going to be disturbing, but it's possible that the AI was created via some sort of brain scan or personality upload magic. Thus, a copy of Walter that thinks itself to...
Not even a copy, because Walt is still all amnesia about everything prior to Michael getting him. There, it clicked.
Yep!
So Digiwalt is legit Walter.
Literally Walter.
Stuck inside a air gap system for hundreds of years. Well, not hundreds, but 100 years. Running on high speed.
What?
Right, so not literal years, but by perception.
Yes.
So
okay, gotcha.
if it's been 10 years and you're running at 10 times speed, then it feels like 100 years.
Gotcha.
If your clock is somehow messed up.
So the real question is, what would happen if we got these two together? Are we looking
I'm
at
really
a
curious.
Ghostbusters situation, or will it actually be okay?
It will probably be okay, keeping in mind that Michael had Walter, if not in the same room, at least nearby for God knows how long.
So this isn't going to bring
Because
about...
remember, we got Walter when we thought he was nothing more than a meth cook for Michael's gang. Amnestic and in a cage of his own filth.
Yeah.
Sorry, Spiro, you weren't here for that, but yeah.
That sounds awful.
Casual reminder that Michael isn't actually all that nice of a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, hence the nickname.
Sketchy McDumbfuck.
So, and have we like previously established that all of the like actual labs and stuff where this research was taking place is all mothballed and shut down, presumably?
The original labs from Seder Crypt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you blew those up.
Oh, that's what was under the city. That was the original lab in the first place.
Yeah, part of it. And the rest was already destroyed, and you blew up the last of it.
Okay.
So, Mini Walt wants to help Michael. Presumably because Michael made it want to help Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Michael were happen to, for reals, die, what would Mini Walt's consideration be at that point?
Seeing as it's a program and not an AI, it would probably wait for new instructions.
Okay.
Or shut down, one of the two.
But you remember that whole thing I said about not pissing off Ghostwalker? And Michael being one of Ghostwalker's guys? How about we don't kill Michael?
Yet. I mean,
Yet?
never.
Technically, we already did this.
Yeah, I mean, not for lack of trying, but we didn't. To be fair, we thought As Technology did.
Yeah. We thought that he got killed in the raid. But turns out it was a kidnapping, so hey.
Just saying that, Ghostwalker didn't, lose his shit over it, apparently. So he must not like him that much.
He also probably didn't want to start a full-on war with As Technology over one guy.
So, was Walter part of the original AI research team that working for Seder Crypt?
Yes.
Okay. So, aside from just general interest in the AI, Ghostwalker doesn't have much interest in Walter. Probably.
Right.
Okay. That's all the questions I had.
Yeah,
Anything from the Brain Trust?
Walter's mind has been a little bit blown.
Yep, as expected.
And the other's got whose name is not coming to me, and my notes are not on this computer.
I have it somewhere. The other guy. I thought we had one or two others in the Brain Trust. That's a Hawkeye script.
You have what's his face, who was the original leader of the program.
Right.
Oh.
Matthew McAllister.
Matthew
Yes,
who we rescued from...
A human
Kidnapping.
who has been working various tech startups since Crash 2.0, was project lead on censored out black bar. Was at a tech wearable company called Socket.
Yes.
Okay.
He looks really resigned to the whole thing.
Like, fuck, this is my life now.
Yeah.
Okay, so no further input from them.
So-
We have mind blown and jaded.
Yeah. I mean, he's kind of like.
So,
You think we could put it back in him?
Without knowing the technology that was used to pull it out in the first place?
no problem. It'll be fine.
Well, you
may
see, I
work
do
with
know that
wetware?
technology, kind of. I mean, we didn't do it intentionally, I guess.
Sorry, what was that?
He's like, well, we didn't do it intentionally, but I am quite familiar with the technology we were using.
Okay. Do you want to start digging that stuff up and trying to see if that's feasible?
I can look.
Okay. And I turn to Walter and I say, is this something that you would want? Because in the past 10 years, you don't remember anything that came before, but you have become your own person.
Yeah, but past me seems way better than current me at being a person.
Okay.
To be fair,
I'll be honest.
is
That was a
actually-
little sad sounding, but it's good to have an honest thing that keeps things simple. And I try to say so with like the kind of like levity, like awesome, good to have you on the team kind of thing.
I mean, since it all happened, I've cooked drugs, got high on drugs, and cooked up some more drugs. And
So what you're
almost died
hoping-
a few times.
So what you're hoping is that when we get Digitwald back into you, you possibly don't even remember that stuff happened. It would be swell.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay. This is sounds like a plan.
I just want to throw out there, Digiwald is kind of terrible at being a person right now, so there is that.
We're gonna hope that when those memories and personality get put back into a human body with some of the instincts and hormones and such and preservation thereof, that it balances back out.
Isn't that what the cyber zombies are?
They are there is the body and there is the personality. The cyber zombies, the husks I shall call them for no reason at all, are body without personality, and thus their personality is completely driven by Digiwalt, who is personality without body, which is also an imbalance.
And I think if we had the right equipment,
Sounds
and possibly with this shard we've got here, we could stabilize him into a person again.
What was this about the what? I forgot about that.
The
Shard?
the mini wall.
Oh, yes, okay, cool. Okay. Because Mini Walt seems like a well-adjusted subroutine.
Right.
So there's hope for him yet. Sounds like a plan.
I'm kind of curious, still with a splitting headache from the corner at Matthew. How exactly does this happen by accident?
Well, when the Matrix crashed, we must have gone into an emergency mode. That the emergency containment most likely might have trapped part of Walter here in the Matrix.
Walter wasn't even his actual name, was it?
No, it was Joshua, I think I put in the...
Joshua, that makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
from
so-
episode 1.
Well, we can refer to the AI as Joshua if we want, if that's not too much of an adjustment after a year of playing.
Who?
We'll work on it. Mini steps. Who knows? Maybe when they're reintegrated, he'll want to call himself Walter anyway. We'll deal with that bridge when we get there.
So what I'm speculating is that when the emergency containment procedure went into place, his mind got separated from his body, and then because we were working in a high-speed simulation to try to build the AI, what was left of his mind was made of the AI, melded in the high-speed simulation, and then promptly went mad. Well, in our time, promptly. To them, it was probably way too long.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll talk to Ghostwalker in a minute, but as far as we know, Ghostwalker's entire purpose is don't let the AI fall into Loftware's or S Technology's hands.
Yeah.
Reintegrating the AI back into a human body so that it doesn't exist as an AI is an excellent way of accomplishing that. Okay, with all this ready, I'm ready to go debrief. Ghostwalker, with Ghostwalker.
Then Ashley's like, okay, let me set this up a second.
Yeah.
She attaches some hollow projector-y things to make a big screen in the corner of your room. And
Is it opposite the Digitwald screen and we're all just gonna be on screen together?
yeah, that makes sense.
Sure. Hi, welcome to our crew.
I'm not going to be on screen. That's not a thing that's happening.
I'm hiding in
Okay,
the
go
corner.
ahead.
There's no
I'll be
situation
setting up.
that's
Feel free to
happening.
pick up the rope. That's fine. Here.
I'm still in the corner, popping Advil. A lot.
Then she talks to her comic for a bit, and then the screen focuses into the face of a dragon.
Yay.
Is it really the face? Is not just like an eyeball?
It's
right up
it's a wide shot.
So how big are dragons in the Shadowrun universe?
Big.
What time of day is it? Is good evening appropriate?
Probably.
Okay.
Sup, bro?
Yeah, right.
Sup, bro?
What?
Not having directly addressed a friendly dragon before, I'm not sure of the protocol, so I'll just treat him with the
They
general.
just want to feel normal like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I
No, they
just
don't.
want him to be like, oh, you're Burnout.
I've heard so much.
I'm such a big fan.
Is it? Did you seriously do that stuff, or?
If I say good evening, if he doesn't respond, I simply introduce. I'm Burnout. I've been helping with the situation with the AI and Michael. And then I belatedly turned to Nightshade. I'm like, this is a secure line, right?
So,
Yeah.
What?
like he moves into the camera a bit. He's like, "We thank you for your assistance."
We wanted to bring you up to speed on what we recovered from the prison on our time in there, as well as hopefully trying to figure out a way to move forward and how to continue with the situation. Because I don't think that he knows that we were going to infiltrate the prison.
Right.
But I don't know if he knew any of the details of how we were going to do so.
Yeah, I think you were pretty vague.
Okay. The short version of the infiltration was that we dropped. Oh shit, BDA, what is your character's name again?
Whisper.
Whisper. Thank you. We infiltrated Whisper into the prison. He managed to get to a secluded wing that was not on any of the plans, where they're doing research on the AI. Michael is there, having been captured by S Technology, and is undercover working for them. He faked Whisper's death in order to get Whisper out and not blow his own cover, and wants us to get him out. Along with Whisper, there was a shard of the AI, a subroutine whose express purpose is to ask us to try to get Michael out. It does have some information on the AI itself. It got to the prison fleeing from us as we were pursuing it, and it turned out to have been a trap set by S Technology. It is almost completely air-gapped within Wing F, so it cannot get out. It does have control over some humanoid mindless bodies that may have some wireless connectivity, but currently has not seen any success along that or trying to get out through the power lines. From what we were told, the AI wants to be, and I quote here, human again. From what we can put together over here, it was originally the personality of one of the researchers on the original Satyr team that was isolated from its body and sent through a lot of time acceleration, and simply wants to be reunited with its body to be human again.
To be a proper crazy person.
Yeah, but not as power.
So, what is your plan?
What we would like to do is to do that. We don't have a concrete plan yet, but what we think would be best would be to get the AI, put it back inside its original human body. That's what the AI wants. It's what's left of the human body wants, and more importantly, to you, it denies the AI to as technology and to Loftware, so that they do not have it.
This plan is acceptable to me.
Okay. If there's anything specific you would like from us, please let us know. Otherwise, we are going to start trying to figure out the specifics of this plan, how to get Michael out of as technology forced employ, and how to retrieve the AI as well, in such a way that it can be contained until we can reunite it with the human body.
He turns to you, Toby. I'm gonna send along a spell to aid in the melding. Do not fail it. And let's look back at you. Destroy the zombies. They're an abomination. And looks at Nightshade. Is like, I'm gonna send the rest of your strike team. Assist them. And then the connection cuts out.
I managed to wait until the connection cuts out to go, "Eee, strike."
Simple, concise, to the point. I kind of like this dragon.
Alright. So... Nightshade advises you wait till, reinforcements arrive.
Yeah, that'll give the hornet's nest a little bit of time to die down as well. Okay. So in the meantime, while we wait for the strike team, which is going to be approximately how long? Are we looking at a couple days, a week?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Okay. So there's not a whole lot of meantime to be had. But it's probably a good idea that we all get a decent night's sleep anyway.
We're probably getting on a red-eye flight right now.
Yeah. So is there anything else that anyone wants to do? Or is it... Well, I guess we should figure out what we're doing once the strike team gets here. Describe the strike team.
So it's mainly for corporate espionage and policing the Denver area of, corporations doing sketchy shit Ghostwalker doesn't like.
Okay.
It's, so they're equipped for full-on combat, but that's not their normal modus operandi. They sneak in, get the job done, get out. It's like 5 people plus Nightshade.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we have a 4-person team. They have a total of 6, so we would have 10 people undertaking this.
Right. It's not like they're not combat capable. They're quite deadly, but
right.
They wouldn't want to go up against like a squad of military, like special ops. They wouldn't really do well against.
So we shouldn't have them in the city, which is on crazy lockdown, but in the prison we should be fine.
Yeah.
So a frontal assault would net us losses, but is perhaps doable. Let's see what else we can do. Okay, so ways that we can get into the prison with 10 people.
I imagine that this strike team is pretty well outfitted for break and enter.
Yes.
So I doubt this is going to be like a sneak in under the cover of garbage trucks kind of thing. This is more of a black suits, hack the gate and go in sort of a thing.
If you want them to go in and disable prison security and hold off the guards while you guys make it to Wing F, they can do that for you.
That would be helpful.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
I am unclear if I even want to be in Wing F. Primarily because of what happened to your drone when you went in.
The thing is, because you're already familiar with the prison systems, so if they can get you
was
to
the
a
drone
terminal,
disabled? I think you'd be fine in Wing F. You wouldn't have exterior access, but it wouldn't fry your system. Oh no, it was the airlock thing that fried it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, never mind.
It shut down everything, and it. So
I was just
sure
like
I
enormous
walk in
Faraday
and be
cage.
like, oh, well, fuck.
You do have quite a bit of explosives, though.
Yeah.
Have,
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this an equipment scanner that's going to disable stuff? Not anymore.
Because I feel like blowing that big door off its hinges might be good for ingress and egress.
Yeah.
You have to make it
Under
quick
those
exit.
circumstances, I'm all for this. I retract my concerns.
Okay. So yeah, so if they can get us in, blow the shit out of that airlock, and
Or
then...
some. I'm also not sure that I want to go. Considering the whole concept of that static field or whatever the thing that turned off all the electronics is so that Digiwalt can't jump into something. I don't think I want him in my deck. I just feel like that's not where I want Digiwalt to be.
Where is that?
But the thing is,
If
doesn't he need,
Digiwalt
like, a fairly...
is convinced that we want to help to reunite him with the human body, then your deck might be the perfect place for him to just camp out in B until we can get him
Should
reunited, and it feels... Okay, come on.
should we bring Walter?
I turn to Matthew and say, is this something that we could do in the prison, or would you need specialized
Yes.
equipment that you would be setting up here?
I think our best bet is to do it in the prison.
Yeah, they have
Oh.
facilities that they've been making zombies with
Also,
because they're not doing it right.
what is this spell that Ghostwalker sent over? What exactly does that do?
It's... Well, you haven't seen the spell yet, but it's, see, Ghostwalker's real dominion is spirits and, spiritual. It'll probably help them remeld as a single person again better.
Okay, so
the
it's
spirit.
like aftercare, not the actual operation.
It's probably part of it.
Okay.
We meld them into one person.
But we still have to do all the tech side of things.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if we can get into Wing F, do the transfer there. Because, I figure the best way of convincing Digiwalt is that get Walter in there and saying, like, hey, I'm your body, let's do this.
I'm your body.
Also, Mini Walt's going to need to piggyback with somebody.
Right, so we may as well
'Cause
keep
do-
it simple.
Because do we have to
Just gonna-
reintegrate Mini Walt into...
So part of McAllister's plan is to sort of use Mini Walt as a filter for Digiwalt.
Right.
Okay.
Because are we going to,
So-
does he have
Go
to extract the Joshua personality out of what the AI that they were building, or is it just like the whole package is getting inserted?
More extracting, destroying what was the failed AI, and turning Joshua back into a person.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mini Wall I definitely want on my deck.
Yeah.
I want an agent.
Okay. Yeah, so, so Strike Team gets us into the door, they blow the airlock, we go into Wing F, they protect and secure the location, and then once we have the operation done, they escort us out. It's as good a plan as any.
Yeah. So getting Mini Walt in. So getting Mini Walt in, is that just going to be like on the equivalent of a jump drive, or is there a way to integrate Mini Walt into Walter before we go in?
Put him on my deck. That's the easiest way, honestly.
I'm gonna assume you said deck with E as the vowel, but honestly, it got a little garbled.
Yes, I said deck.
Well, yeah, because I assume, like, if they're using him as a filter, they kind of have to use him as, like, the little
Yeah.
sub-side thing.
So he's going to ride your deck in, and then he's going to be like integrated into the transfer machine once McAllister's put it together. That make sense?
Yeah. How big is this machine? Like, how much gear are we having to carry in?
He thinks he can build it mostly out of what's already there, based on your descriptions of what you've seen in there.
Okay. Cool. In that case, how long are we going to have to be in there to do that and get the thing transferred?
half an hour to an hour.
That's a lot of rounds.
With the strike team holding the door.
Yes.
Okay.
So maybe a distraction in the city to keep all that military personnel busy might also be advised.
Oh, if unfortunately somebody already blew up the.
I don't know
Town
where
hall.
you go after you blow up City Hall.
Okay, in that
Honestly,
case, question.
I
The
don't
airport,
think- yeah.
apparently.
Because this strike team is pretty stealthy, like, espionage type stuff. Can they get us in, disable the airlock without, like, blowing the shit out of it so that we can actually have some time in there before alarms start getting triggered?
That's trickier, has a higher risk chance of failure, but maybe.
So, you know the druggy girl that you saved, who now technically now works for Lawfweir and We Are We.
Yeah.
How much do you feel she should continue living? Because we know where they congregate. That seems like a great place to blow up, and that might be a sufficient distraction.
Give an anonymous tip about.
Sophie, when is the next meeting? Don't be there.
But make sure Lawford is.
Don't warn her. She might warn other people. That's why I'm asking.
When's your next
If you want her
meeting?
to live,
And do you
then
want to
go
go
a
out that
different
same
way.
time?
If you don't, then she's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make.
Oh darn, that time is the meeting? Well, I was going to give you these free tickets to a Knicks game.
I'm sure there's a meeting tonight as a post-mortem of their job well done.
Probably.
I could just head over there and see if they're meeting.
You could.
Yeah, but I mean, well, yeah. The question is, how do we turn that into a distraction tomorrow night?
Yeah, that's more important.
Yeah, that's the thing. It needs to be
The distraction doesn't have to be tomorrow night. It's not like you're in a huge rush here.
They
I mean, I
get
wouldn't
here
too
tomorrow,
long.
but they might twiddle their thumbs for a little bit.
I wouldn't wait more than like a week, but if there's a more opportune time,
Yeah, actually having a week to prepare is probably a better plan anyways,
Or at least a couple days.
especially since we might be able to make use of some of their efforts in the planning process as resources.
Question. Could we get into their computer systems again and then plant, like, a bug that'll cause, like, a power outage or something for a significant amount of time when we're trying to get in?
in the prison,
Does the back door still
Probably not.
exist?
Well, I like built an actual like full on connection thing into that wall.
right?
It's
You can
closed
get
off
into the
to
system,
purchase.
but shutting off all the power for significant time probably won't happen because it is a prison.
Yeah, no, I
Well, if we take out their backup generators and oh fuck, the prison just burned down.
Yes.
actually
But I
that's
mean-
probably the best interests because Wing F isn't really connected to the prison in a meaningful way. So if the prison just wasn't there anymore, it would be a lot easier to get in and deal with things.
Yeah, but then we gotta move all that rubble, and it's just a pain in the ass. But, like, I mean, there's gotta be a way that you could cause enough mayhem with their systems.
I mean, yeah, you can cause mayhem, but shutting off power probably isn't going to
Yeah,
fly.
I agree. I don't think I
What
could.
if I just get, say, a Chinook helicopter and start flying around over the city for a distraction? Woo!
That would be a distraction.
Basically commit Shadowrunner career suicide.
I don't understand that.
I
that
mean,
would put you up to 10
You
easily.
could RC up a helicopter and just fly that around, and
I could. It would be the best drone ever.
That's the more relevant thing is,
Or get a couple of cars and do some street racing.
I don't think that would get military involved unless they unless the cars start shooting at each other.
Well,
But I mean, how much money do I have?
Well, you put a couple rocket launchers that you still have from the cache in some of the cars, and have them.
I have 250,000 new yen. I think that's enough to buy a couple of used cars, a couple of beater cars, and then outfit them with some of that weaponry.
and also the city's on lockdown, so basically anything that's happening outside of curfew is a military matter at that point.
Especially if they're shooting the military trucks that show up to stop them with rocket launchers.
So as far as mayhem, I'm thinking, a copy of Mini-Wall just sort of thrown into the main prison system would probably cause a bit of mayhem.
Oh, a bit.
True, but I mean,
Well,
I
it would
still
cause
think
mayhem until they just shut off the system.
no. I'm still thinking trying to get in stealthy is going to be our best option, because even if it fails, then we're just back to the strike team holding off.
Yeah, it's true.
So if we try to go in stealthy, get through everything, get in there, have at least some time without alarms being thrown off, then we can get the bulk of it done.
So for the distraction, does rigging up a couple of remote control street racing weapon machines sound like fun?
Sounds like fun. I don't know if it's going to work.
It definitely sounds like fun.
Well, I mean, because could we have that as a backup in case, like, alarm stuff does get, like, in case we do get,
You want to start it before the alarm went off, though.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Problem, the only problem that I see with the street racing thing is how are you going to do it? Presumably they're drones, yeah? So you're going to be comatose while driving your not their cars all over the city?
he's the
Shoot
escape
place.
vehicle anyway. Right?
Hmm?
So if he's sitting there waiting for you guys to come back out to top it as escape vehicle, he's got all kinds of time.
Yeah.
That's true. Also, can you pilot more than one separate vehicle?
Yes.
Like, I'm pretty sure you can pilot something
With a die
in
reduction.
front of you.
Let me double check that.
I know you can put
I'll be right
programs in them.
That's true. The programs are.
So like I could set up a program in each of them so that it says if you are not like I set up here's a master car, here's a slave car. Slave car does what the master car does.
Right. Basically, you have one hero car and a bunch of procedural ones.
Yeah.
I recommend setting all of them to explode at some point, just for the hell of it.
Especially if it's after they've crashed.
Yeah. A car crashes, it blows up. That doesn't happen in real life, but it's happening now. I don't need them to make a Hollywood movie. I'm producing one right now on Main Street.
I love it.
Okay, so
So
if I
just-
tell you that I want to get 4 used cars that are decent enough for this, that I'm going to want to get these programs, like street racing programs, either written or find one that can be bought.
I guess that given enough time, I could probably write it for you.
Between the two of you, you could easily get it done.
Okay. How much would it cost us? How long would it take us?
That's a good question.
Like, oh, I go on Craigslist and look for tuner cars that usually don't sell well because that's usually what people aren't searching for.
Don't
Like
you
the-
know some street racers?
I do, as a matter of fact.
Oh my god, that's right.
I bet if you talk to them, they might have some
Connections for.
connections.
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll go. Yeah, this will work. Okay,
Oh my god.
sure. So I
And your fanboys.
I think I have the number of one of them. If not, then whatever forum online they hang out in. So, yeah, I say, hey guys, looking to how do I say this? More or less like I'm, looking to get a couple of cars. Do you know anyone who's selling or has a project car that they're not able to work on, or one that failed on them?
One that they're ready to have explode.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not. Trying to think of how to put this, because yeah, it's basically like I wouldn't want. You know what? Too bad. They shouldn't idolize an outlaw. So if they feel betrayed that their car blows up on 5 different news channel screens.
All right, so if you make a post like that, you made a post like that.
Yeah, more or less. Just basically, hey, I'm looking to get some. I'm gonna say some beater cars, but that still run pretty decent.
Beaters.
You get a private message, like, hey, it's too dangerous to run in the city right now, but we're having a bit of a time out in the country. Here's a location. Come meet us.
Cool. Did he say anytime that they'd be out there? It's just generally the way they operate at night.
It's like here's when and where.
Okay.
For the next races.
Cool. Cool. Yeah. So do they happen to be meeting tonight, or is it like a tomorrow?
Tonight.
Tonight. Cool. I head on out then.
Never night.
Yeah. Car is in the stealth black camo whatever until I get outside of city limits. I start getting close to wherever they are in the country, and I put on the standard Burnout red and black, so it's nice and recognizable.
Definitely know who he is. And what he represents.
Yeah.
So if you come in with the story, it's like, I'm setting up a thing in the city. It's like, no, it's too big. No. I'm setting up a thing in the city.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you drive in, everyone. It's all like straight out of Too Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Everyone's got the cars out. They'll like point at you and like whispering to each other as you roll up.
Oh geez, am I gonna end up having to race for pink slips? I don't want to do that to their cars. All right, so anyone I recognize, like some of them I probably I raced against the one time before.
Yeah, you recognize a few.
Yeah, sure. I go up to them. It's so I'm gonna get right to the point. I'm playing this thing in the city in a few days, and I need a few cars. I don't know if you know anybody that's selling some older cars or anything like that. It's a weird request, I know, but it should be pretty cool.
One of the guys trying to look cool, clearly, he comes up to you and hands you a couple of. I won these tonight. I don't really need them.
Wow.
Those guys.
All cocky looking.
Did he piss off a bunch of people when he came up and did that?
Oh, well, a bunch of other people are like, oh, dude. See, someone else comes like, yeah, I want these too.
Pretty soon I have my pick of half the cars here.
A little bit. Everyone's trying to impress you a bit.
Don't expect to get them back.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna be very clear here. This is going to be racing in the city during curfew, and it will not be the safest thing. Some of these cars may not be coming back.
I ain't scared. I could drive for you.
Oh, I do not need drivers. I need only
Oh.
cars.
Well then, we'll definitely be watching. Maybe we'll join in anyway. All full of bravado.
Yeah.
It's maybe I need
I
a
support-
little bit of a demonstration for you, and I kind of there's like a chair nearby. I kind of take a seat, close my eyes for a sec. My car, which is parked, a little bit behind me, whatever. Grenade pops out of the rear of it and detonates in some dusty area that there's nothing else around. I open my eyes again and I say, "You really don't want to be driving during this."
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Stop.
Because he doesn't want to back down now. He gets you, but he doesn't want to back down and lose face.
Okay. Well then I guess I just take a look at the cars available to me, and I pick 4 that are fast, but that people wouldn't actually. Do any of them already have control rig interfaces in them?
A couple, yeah.
Okay. So I can. I'll take one of those because that's the one that'll have to be jumped into. The one that it looks like someone would miss a little less. And then just 3 others that, because they'll still have software in them, they'll still have computers in them, so that the programs can be written in.
Alright.
Fast, but mild-mannered, not so furious.
You basically got the equivalent of some, like, modded up cheap cars.
Yeah. Basically a couple Civics and shit.
A bunch of Civics, some people put some not expensive, but not exactly cheap parts into.
Okay. Cool. I take a look and just basically, are these all coming from like one person, a little bit from everyone? A little bit from everyone?
Mhm.
Yeah, and I just basically like, if they're like, all right, cool, well, it's fine if they get blown up, then I guess I'll just take them as is, and
No, as you go through the pink slips offered to you, there's like one guy who lost like 8 cars today.
I take the other one with a sweet control rig and give it to that guy. I said, don't fuck this one up. And, let's see here. Is it possible to just do, like, without getting really complicated and stuff, just to be, like, tell the 4 cars to follow me as I drive back?
Yeah, that wasn't too hard.
It's a basic Tesla autopilot following kind of thing. Yeah.
They can manage that.
So, before I do that, I hang out a bit, participate in a race or something like that, and, friendly, not come in, take your cars, and fuck you, I'm out, but
Yeah.
friendly. And,
It's like 2 very different things.
It's like, I don't race for prizes because I don't need your money.
Well, I already got a couple cars. I didn't even have
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Cool, and yeah, and then I head back out.
Alright.
Cool. So, Spiro, we've got our vehicles. Let's get some code written for them. Because right now they have basic following. What I would basically need is that we'll have the lead car and the chase cars. And the chase cars need to be, going at speed, taking dangerous moves and stuff like that.
Yeah, so what we can do is you can have you guys roll a bunch of dice, or just assume we get a certain amount of progress done every day.
Okay.
It gets better every day you wait.
Okay. I guess just give us a day number on the car project, and then what else do we need to prepare, and we'll get a day number on those.
We'll go 3 days, and these cars will be driving well enough to beat most of the people you raced against today.
Okay. That would be perfectly acceptable.
Because it's like using your driving patterns plus some AI plus some,
Yep.
So
basically.
throw in an extra day and functional weapons that can attack military and police vehicles.
Yep.
Yeah, like basically grenade launcher out the rear and the lead car hooked up with a rocket launcher just for random forward-firing mayhem.
Yeah.
But you don't want to go with a nice classic 007 dual machine guns?
Ooh, yeah, let's get that on one of the chase cars.
Oh, right. Dual machine guns.
A smoke screen in one of the other chase cars.
I love it.
Okay, so 3 days for race programming, 1 day for weapons programming. While he's doing the programming, I can actually install the weapons in there. Are these all weapons that we have in our cache?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe not machine guns. I know you've got rocket launchers, but you could trade those fairly easily for machine guns.
Yeah, I mean, if you need me to roleplay it, I can, but otherwise just our fence. What's his name? Lou or something like that? Jim.
Jim? Yeah, Jim will be cooperative if you just want to trade.
Cool.
And each of the cars should definitely be wired with, I think, a brick.
Yes.
Okay.
Some explosives next to the gas tank.
They're all suitably flashy street racer looking cars.
They're all a bit riced up.
Cool.
I figure.
Oh, that was so weird.
We might also want to consider some potential targets, like legit, as it's happening. You know, just cause maybe we want to actively crash one of the cars into
the
some,
We Are We meeting place? Yeah.
whatever. There's places, and boom. If there's any other places in the city that you think might need to blow up for some reason.
Well, there's the obvious targets like police stations, but I don't know if you want to blow any more of them up.
Old hat.
Fire stations, mail,
No, I think my
military
style is
outposts.
keep actual destruction to a minimum.
There's roadblocks
I like roadblocks.
for the curfew. Roadblocks.
Oh yeah, like being able to punch through those. Well, that's what the rocket launcher is for. In the lead car. That's not necessarily programming. I'm going to be jacked into the lead car, and then there's the three chase cars.
Mhm.
I make sure that there's plenty of ammo for all of these in there, which I think requires a little bit of extra. Because it's like, oh, this can hold 6. It's like, I'm going to need more than that.
With if you trade in the stash of weapons you got into Jim, he can set that all up for you.
Yeah, cool. So in the course of 4 days, the cars get ready. Is there anything else that we need to prepare?
The strike team shows up, so they want to know what their mission is so they can prep.
Okay.
Toby, you get handed a really old-looking scroll,
All right.
and if you read that, it'll basically burn itself into your brain until you cast it, and then you'll forget it. So you got one shot
Wait, how long is it stored in the brain?
until you cast it.
All right.
May as well read it.
Might as well read it then, yeah.
Yeah.
I read it.
Yeah, then like the scroll burns up as you read it, and now you've got this spell burned into your brain.
And there's some ash on the floor. If you could clean that up, that'd be great.
Sweep.
And it's like, this was once a magical scroll of great power. Dustbin.
Yeah, now all that power is in your head.
You could probably sell that to someone.
Spell dust.
The spell requires like 5 successes, and it has drain 8, Toby.
Jeez.
So in other words, you're likely to be at least halfway comatose on the way out.
Potentially. It's a pretty hefty spell.
Okay.
All right, so one of these guys needs to be assigned to Toby for evac.
Yeah, carry me, please.
He's a dwarf though, so it won't be too bad.
They're
I
small,
don't know,
but they're
dwarves
dense.
are stocky. They're
He is
still
kinda
the
dense.
heaviest dude.
They can be tossed, though.
It can be tossed.
Yeah, 5 successes is like full effect. Anything less than that is less than full effect.
But still somewhat?
Yeah, it's still something. It's not like it does nothing if you fail it. Unless you get no successes, in which case, yes, it will do nothing.
Okay, got it.
Oh, that should be fun.
It should be some sort of reverse effect if I get 5 misses. Like, fine, you get it.
Yeah, don't critical glitch it.
That should be. Oh my god, I want to see.
In which case, edge,
And-
edge,
and-
all the edge. Holy crap, all the edge.
I critically glitched. Congratulations, Digimalt is now in you.
No. He critically glitched. Now you're in the computer with Digiwall.
By the end of this, it's just this weird,
Congratulations,
like,
you
the
spelled
thing.
exceeded. Digimalt has been reunited with Walter. You took its place.
Anything else we need to cover?
Don't think so. You ready to...
So I'm bringing explosives to pop the entire fucking door.
Yep.
Yep. I am driving Getaway.
So you there?
Right?
Right.
Okay.
And the strike team does have
We're
their own
probably.
vehicle.
Sorry.
The strike team does have their own vehicle,
Okay.
so you don't have to worry about
So everyone can fit in said vehicle.
that. Yeah.
All 10.
Well, they have their vehicle and you have your vehicle.
Okay, and then we will also have a vehicle. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they have a driver that will be able to drive in and pick them up? Or can
The
we just
driver
rig
is part
it?
of the strike team, so hopefully he doesn't die. I mean, they can all drive, but one of them is better at it than the others.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that
Leaving them behind.
for exfil, if you guys are coming out hot, like I may need to like drive in and meet you.
Your instructions are to leave the strike team behind if it comes to that.
Okay.
That's what they've told you.
They can handle themselves, I'm presuming.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we'll get us and Walt out. That's right. We're at 11.
Either way, they have decided you are the primary team, so you have primary and exfil.
Okay.
They'll hold the rear guard if they have to.
As long as we're looking at programming, are we able to just get a simple follow program in for their vehicle to follow me in? If we're coming in hot, that way their vehicle is there for them to exfil? Or are they not comfortable with that?
They have plans.
Okay. We'll leave it at they have plans.
I would like to stash my truck somewhere where it would be inconspicuous, but that we could leave it for a period of time and it would not, it wouldn't draw attention. Just in case something happens and we need another getaway car.
That's probably doable.
Okay.
And since I now have a truck that's just teeming with surveillance gear.